All right, well, let's open this up to a few questions. Does anyone have any questions for Robert?
I don't know if Julia Renata was a real character. If I said that.
Newsreel footage, so I thought maybe he was.
No, I don't believe he was. I think that, no, he's a fictional character. And I knew a lot about the garments, and during the summer I used to get a job during the war, during the summer, and worked in the garment center a bit. And I knew firsthand what the garment industry was, of just how the unions were quite necessary.
Absolutely.
For the people then. It was a very important to have organization, because the sweatshops, we all know about the sweatshop period, and it's good that they're gone.
The opening scene took place in the Bradbury Building downtown. Do you remember anything about that?
Downtown here now.
Yeah, downtown LA, the Bradbury Building.
I don't remember that, Johnny. I remember shooting a bit in New York, and then being yanked out of there, coming back here, and as I said before, that confrontation led to
Right.
he was gone.
Right. Anyone else? Did you do a movie about the swamp thing or the swamp movies?
No.
No.
Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, could you talk about that?
Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. You remember that?
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
It was Richard Basehart.
Richard Basehart. Yeah, he'd shoot me out. Well, that was when everything was done live. In those days, you had to learn it. And I remember Basehart went up, and so you couldn't. It was the black, so they had to just go to black because he went up in his lines.
Oh my goodness.
And when you did live television in those days,
Working without an ad.
working with the Kinescope, Playhouse 90s.
Right.
I did one with Johnny Frank. That was like doing a live show. You changed on the run and different sets and all that. It was wild. And if something happened, like there's a wonderful one, was it, the tough actor, he had to punch the leading lady, and he hit her, he knocked her out.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Right.
Another question over here. Let you hear.
I was Hispanic in it, but she was Italian in it.
She said that, the word spick, she really hates that. Could you talk about the effect of overtones or undertones of racism in the garment jungle and the use of that word, any effect of that? That's what you said, right? Okay.
And
our question is, was there any discussion or were there any overtones of using that word at that time?
No. Well, in my generation, New York, I brought up in New York City, every ethnicity took a shot.
Yeah.
They used it, whether it was stick or wop or
all of them.
It was open season with the epithets.
They didn't call it the melting pot for no reason.
And frankly, it made me tougher. It never bothered me.
One more right here. Thoughts about different acting styles as when you came to Hollywood, you came out of the actor's studio, and as your career evolved, different acting styles.
Yeah, well, it's so funny what comes to my mind. The ego of the New York actor. They used to have a billboard at the Chateau Marmont of the New York actors who were in town, and there was an attitude. It's terrible. It sounded like we were slumming.
By coming to Hollywood,
to do a television
show,
or do a movie, because we wanted to get back to the stage as quickly as possible. It was a silly. I should have gone the route of Paul Newman and Steve McQueen and those guys when I think back on it, because I paid for it big time to stay on stage.
I think all of you, I regretted your exit from The Sopranos as Feech LaManna. give us a soundbite on The Sopranos and what projects are you working on currently, if any?
Well, The Sopranos, the head honcho, he's a great dictator, properly so. You can't change a preposition or any words.
It's David Chase, I guess.
David Chase.
Yes.
Whose real name is an Italian name.
Yes. Yeah.
Chase, I don't know, I took Chase. But the family feeling on the Sopranos is really quite unique, you know. And it's quite a different venue from the Godfather stuff and all
Sure,
that.
sure.
Just a different, Prizzi's Honor, which I did, was, you know, Prizzi's Honor directed by the great John Huston.
Right.
Certainly great to do, but it's a different venue, a different reality.
Right.
The reality on The Sopranos is the way I remember it. You know, in New York, you were brought up cheek to jowl with the gangsters. They just
Right.
wanted enough to wet their beak, as they put it, to control the street.
Right.
And the bookie parlor was next to the drugstore.
Right.
And Pope D'Alessio asked me, "Hey kid, you want to work for me?" I said, "No, thank you, Pope. You know, I'm going to go to college and all
Yeah,
that."
yeah, yeah.
And try to be a credit to Sicilians for a change. But there was definitely a stigma. What was the question again?
The question was a soundbite on The Sopranos, which you provided, and what, if anything, are you working on currently?
Okay, well, The Sopranos speaks for itself. It's
Right.
very, very special venue. It is the way it is. It's a very, very accurate portrayal of the good guys and the bad guys. I just did a picture of Chevy Chase in Romania, and a picture with Faye Dunaway that will be coming out soon. It's quite a good picture. My wife is, who's here, is one of the producers of the movie. So
Wonderful.
working for my wife, I had an inside. My dear wife, Audrey Lee O'Brien.
Audrey.
Bravo. I wouldn't be here without Lady Audrey, so I really genuflect.
Well, you said earlier that you've had a long second half, so let me continue the sports analogy by saying, Bob, it's wonderful that you've been here, and I hope your career continues to go into another half and overtime for all of us who love you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Robert Loggia, ladies and gentlemen.